Class we are going to discuss the block diagram of programmable volumetric infusion pump. So what is the name which is called programmable? In the sense here in this infusion pump we have been implemented software protocols, that is a program which is used to control the motor mechanism according to the patient needs or a patient condition. So that is the reason here we have mentioned programmable, that is one type of infusion pump, that is programmable infusion pump. So whatever device we take, first and foremost is power supply, right? So here we have two ways to power up this infusion device. One is like using AC mains. One is AC, second one is a battery, that is 12-volt batteries. These are the two ways we can maintain the battery of infusion pump. So if we are using AC, we have a transformer to step down the voltage, and then we'll power up the infusion pump. If the AC is not available, then we can go with the 12-volt battery in order to power up the infusion pump. So this is the power up block for a programmable infusion pump. And second mechanism we have, that is main mechanism of any sort of infusion pump, that is pump mechanism. Okay, so whatever the pump we are using or the motor type we are using, syringe pump or infusion pump, these motors which is be controlled by CPU unit or microprocessor unit. So whatever the signal which is being sent by the CPU unit will be delivered to the motor drive circuit as a control and time signal. So CPU unit will send the control time signal. According to that, the motor will start to drive, or the motor will start to rotate. Based on that motor rotation, the pump, whatever the pumps we are using inside, which will start to pump the fluid through the tubing into the patient. So that is the overall mechanism of this motor pump mechanism of infusion pump. So what is the feedback loop here we have implemented? In the sense, we have one sensor options, that is a rotation sensor pulse. This rotation sensor pulse will keep on sensing the motor rotations, so and that signal will be sent to the CPU unit. Here comes the role of feedback control system, because the based on the rotation of the motor, the sensor will sense the motor rotation. That signals will again send to the CPU unit, where we have programmed already with some threshold limits for all the every parameters, right? So if the motors it's going good, if it is running properly, in the sense the CPU will not do any control action. So or else if there is any need to control the rotation of the motor, then with help of the rotation sensor pulse, the CPU will receive the information, and they will instruct the motor drive circuit accordingly in order to increase the speed of motor or decrease the speed of motor. So this is the here comes the role of controlled feedback controlled infusion pump, or infusing the drug. Okay, so in other hand we have that is the battery flag circuit. This battery flag circuit will keep on give the information about the health status of battery, whether it is low or high or medium. So according to that, the CPU unit will give alarm. Okay, whatever the signals which is being given to the battery flag circuits, these battery flag circuits will give the information to the CPU circuit about the status of what is the battery is having, and that according to that, the CPU unit will give some alert, like some notification, or in by means of visible indication or alarm signal, sound alarm, through which we can come to know either we can go with other infusion pump or we can go with other power backup. So here comes, here comes the battery flag circuits plays a very important role. Based on that only, the everything will be customized such a way to do a proper infusion of drugs into the patient body. Okay, so next one is what? In the sense, CPU unit, as I said before, the CPU unit is the one of the main component that here act as a brain component of the infusion pump, where the decision making is happening. Because the since even you have a battery status, that also will be sent to the CPU unit, and also you have additionally flow sensor circuit. This flow sensor circuit will sense what are the how the flow is happening, whether it is normal or abnormal, or the flow rate which is being delivered which matches the preset value. Like that it will sense that flow sensor. What are the value which is being censored by this flow sensor? It will give the information same to the CPU unit. So CPU unit is the common unit which collects all the information from all the sensor. For example, if you want to control the motor rotation, then again you have to go with sensor called rotation sensor, which will sense the motor rotation values and then give to the CPU. If there is any battery lag, then that signal also will send to the CPU. If there is any flow changes or flow variations happening or normal flow is there, then that readings or that status also will send to the CPU. So the CPU what is doing here in the sense, it will collect all the information from different types of sensor and driving circuit, and according to the information whatever it's being gathered, it will compare with the threshold limits, which is the preset values we have been programmed already in the CPU circuit. It will match the each and every parameters. According to that, it will do the decision, that is whether to control the motors or we have to give the indications or a notification to the physicians or so on. So this how the closed system is happening, closed feedback control system is happening in programmable infusion pump. I think now you got clear about what is programmable infusion pump. Again, I'm telling you have three major blocks alone. One is for power battery, okay, power supply, that is either you can go with AC or a 12 volt battery. And second part, you have pumping mechanism. There you have a motor connection, and that motor is driven by motor drive circuit. That motor drive circuit will drive the motors according to the inputs whatever are the signals which is sent by the CPU unit. The CPU unit is the one which carries all the information from all the sort of sensor, and then it will compare with the preset values and threshold values. According to that, the CPU will give decision signal to the respective circuit blocks like motor drive circuit. So according to that, the motor will move. So this is the like overall block diagram of programmable infusion pump. Thank you.